Hey guys, I'm Denise.
I'm Lindsay, and we're born this gay.
Hello, welcome to our channel. This is Born This Gay LGBT content, basically for everybody. In this episode today, guys, we're gonna cover Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Oh yeah, we're all familiar with that one, I think. And then also what to do if you maybe need to stay in a closet around a couple of people, or for the worst case scenario, your grandma calls your girlfriend your friend.
Yes.
I think a couple of us have been through that one, me personally. So
no, forced closets are a thing. So yeah, we're gonna cover it. We're gonna explain how just the policy Don't Ask, Don't Tell came about, and kind of also how it's always been around for us in the LGBT community.
Yeah. Oh,
nice,
we have
Rocky.
A special appearance from Rocky.
Always.
Hey buddy, how's it going?
Yeah.
All right, so but a little bit about us before we start there, guys. We're kind of an up-and-coming channel, so if we would really appreciate if you guys smash that like button and even subscribe to our channel if you guys like the content that we're putting out, and let us know what you want to hear.
Yes, guys, it really does help us. The algorithm is beholden, so go ahead and do us a favor and just subscribe right now.
Just go for it. I promise you're gonna like what you hear. So.
Yeah. Anyway, updates. Lindsay, you want to tell the crowd what you just did?
Well, so we are due. By the time this comes out, we will have already been on our trip.
Oh yeah.
But at this moment in recording, we are getting ready to go on a camping trip to Colorado, which we're planning out hikes. We're gonna go see some amazing views. And I decided, we wanted to get a little bit of a workout in beforehand. So we went rock climbing. Got a solid, let's say hour and 15, almost hour and a half in.
Yeah, I was impressed, actually.
Yeah,
Let's just be honest. I was extremely impressed. It was her first time back in months.
Yeah, almost a year, actually. Yeah. So last wall I was going to climb, we're just playing a game at this point. And I went up the wall, probably about 3-4 feet high. And I fell. And I wasn't expecting to fall. And when I fell, I came down so hard and so wrong on my ankle. So I put myself in a boot for our camping trip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know what a 3rd-degree sprain is, but that involves tearing ligaments, completely just snapped. So my ankle bone is just kind of just hanging there currently. So it feels like I'm walking on a peg leg most of the time because I can't move in any direction whatsoever because I'll just fall. So it's just straight up and down pressure, and I'm good. But hiking doesn't necessarily involve just straight up and down pressure.
No, we'll see how this works.
Yeah, fingers crossed, guys. I got a little less than a week to heal a little bit more, but I'm remaining faithful about it.
Are you doing anything special to fast heal? Is that something that I know?
Just ice elevation and ibuprofen. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to stay off of it as much as possible.
Good
yeah.
Shit.
I do have restrictions for work also, so I've actually been moved to a cashier for part-time.
Oh.
Yeah, because I can't lift boxes and I can't really walk around the floor like I should be able to.
Hell yeah.
So I'm standing in one spot and I'm pressing buttons. So
yeah. I was about to say think of it as a break of relaxing, I guess, would be a peaceful break. I don't know.
Yeah, except when I think about all the money that I'm missing out on.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just trying to stay positive. Positivity heals. Don't laugh at me. We're staying positive. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on in Denise's world?
Actually, this trip. I've been planning for this trip. It's been really nice. At this point, we're still rock climbing, which is really good. I'm actually now up to a V2, which for
that is something to celebrate.
It's been 2 or 3 weeks of coming back to the climbing, and V2 is a big accomplishment for me. It actually just happened yesterday, where I was working on this one project for a really long time, and I finally scaled the top. So
that's awesome. I don't know if we got any rock climbers out there watching, but for as kind of novice as we are rock climbing, V2 is very incredible to reach.
Yeah, guys, V2, for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, it's basically like the upper beginner, I guess would be the way to because it's not necessarily medium. There's plenty of people who can do V2 in their sleep, but it's for anyone who's just starting out. That's a pretty big
grade. When you're playing the video games, you're not on the rookie level, you're on the medium level.
I like that analogy. That's a good analogy. Okay. Right. Yeah. So that's pretty much the only thing that's, I want to say, is new is we've been rock climbing a lot. And then, we're getting ready for this trip.
Yeah. And then you guys actually follow us on TikTok, and we'll post some videos about this trip that we take to Colorado. I think some of the views and, maybe just some stuff that we get into along the way.
Yeah. Should be good. Yeah. Should be good. If I can get my TikTokness working.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, we're a little new at this technology stuff.
Oh man, I guys, I haven't realized that you could unmute yourself until today. Like,
so I don't know if you guys seen our previous TikToks, but we're talking and you can't hear us. Just today we realized that there is a microphone button that is just automatically muted, and you just have to unmute it.
These damn softwares that you kids use nowadays.
Well, I mean, hey, if like 6-year-olds can figure it out, you would think, right? That makes us feel so awful.
Oh yeah, but it's okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I mean, it's all kind of all semi new. Yeah, I guess for both of us. So.
Yeah, like I said, guys, we're still an up and coming podcast, but I feel like we're here to stick around. All right. Well, that being said, let's go ahead and dive on in today's episode then.
Yeah. So we framed it as don't ask, don't tell, which is actually a military term. However, don't ask, don't tell, just the overall sentiment is basically someone who has to kind of stay closeted, like as long as everything's okay, as long as nothing is outspoken and out loud, right?
Like it says it in the name, you don't ask and you don't tell.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, that's something that, especially with families, with military service, with employment, sometimes this is the best policy. It's unfortunate, but it's accurate.
That is true. Do you want to go into like what the actual definition of don't ask, don't tell is and how it all got started?
Yeah. So the origin of don't ask, don't tell, according to Wikipedia, guys, because we don't research, but here you go.
In high school, Wikipedia was research.
Yeah, let's not. If I had Wikipedia in high school, if it was a working site, because it was brand, it was still new. So yeah.
And I mean, none of the teachers liked it, but I personally, what I used all my reports on. All right. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. So don't ask, don't tell, DADT, was the official United States policy on military service of non-heterosexual people instituted during the Clinton administration. So this policy was issued under the Department of Defense Directive 1304.26 on December 21st, 1993, and was in effect from February 28th, 1994 until September 20th, 2011. So, I mean, if we do the math, guys, that's 15 years. Holy shit, is that 15 years? Yeah, 17 years. I did the math wrong. 17 years.
You still did that way faster than I would have. I'm like, okay, we got to carry the one. And
love it. Yeah, it's a long time for this policy to be in effect. But anyway, so the policy prohibited military personnel from discriminating against or harassing closeted homosexual or bisexual service members or applicants, while barring openly gay, lesbian, or bisexual persons from military service.
So that's the key word right there, closeted. That you had to be closeted in order to be in the military. If you were openly gay, sorry, you didn't cut it.
Yeah, no, you couldn't be outright with it. It's not okay. So this relaxation of legal restrictions on a service by gay and lesbian in the armed forces was mandated by United States federal law, which was signed November 30th, 1993. The policy prohibited people who demonstrate a propensity or intent to engage in homosexual acts from serving in the armed forces of the United States, because apparently their presence would create an unacceptable risk to the high standards of morale, good order, and discipline, and the unit cohesion that are the essence of military capability. So in other words,
I'm a little heated listening to all of that. I gotta breathe for a second.
In other words, you can't be outwardly gay because our the people who are homophobes would, feel uncomfortable. So, so we can't have that. We need unity.
And it almost insinuates that that gay people are dangerous, like that we're just gonna get into the military and corrupt it from the inside out, just based on who we love.
But Lindsay, we are dangerous. We have an agenda.
Apparently so. I've been told. I didn't know we had an agenda,
no,
but
we've had an agenda.
Apparently
you haven't been to the meetings? Have you
not? No.
Yeah, guys, unfortunately, this was actually supposed to help us, this original policy, because basically as long as you stayed in the closet, as long as you weren't, out and proud, and, you weren't, out there just causing, I guess, out in a ruckus. I'm not sure.
what we do, apparently.
We will protect you as a government as you're fighting for our country.
But only if you hide who you truly are.
Right?
Yeah, that's... I mean, and also when you think about just the kind of the mental standpoint of that too, whenever you're hiding who you truly are, that takes a toll on you mentally. And then being put in the military is probably one of the most tough things you could do to yourself.
Of course. So
then you being, physically and mentally deteriorated, just being in the military on top of hiding who you truly are, that's just like a policy for disaster, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but it lasted 17 years. So, I mean, it was working for a bit.
I guess so.
But yeah, no, unfortunately, don't ask, don't tell, semi-good intentions, not the best execution, because, we had a lot of people who were dishonorably discharged in those 17 years just because someone found out that they were gay. Yeah, very unfortunate, guys. These are people fighting for our country.
Yeah, they're choosing to put their lives on the line for us, and you're gonna tell them no or kick them out because of who they love.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't want to get too far into the military aspects of things, because unfortunately, I am not a service member. I have no idea what that life is like, so I don't want to speak too much on it. But I will admit that the don't ask, don't tell policy or culture or whatever is actually something that's kind of a norm in the LGBT community, just in general.
It really is, and it just goes without saying, you may not realize that it's a don't ask, don't tell situation until you kind of take a closer look at it, and then you realize oh wow, I'm keeping myself in the closet around certain people for whatever reason.
Yeah. I mean, me and Lindsay have talked about it in previous episodes, basically how obviously Lindsay being 10 years younger than I am, she goes to work the way she looks and acts, and she has no problem telling people that she has a girlfriend or anything like that. And me being a little bit of an older generation, I do practice a don't ask, don't tell, especially in the workplace.
Right.
I will what is it, straight code, or I will codify myself,
there you go,
as heterosexual until I am comfortable with you enough to where I can be like, okay, if I come out to you, then you're not going to want to fire me. It's not going to be a thing. So
right. Yeah, I mean, and when you go there, the law is more in our favor now, where you can't be fired for that reason. However, it can still lead to harassment. It can lead to you being just uncomfortable, and it could also possibly, in some cases, put your safety at risk too.
Have you been harassed in the workplace?
For my sexuality, no. Other than getting called sir 9 times out of 10. Yeah. And this lady was on the phone today, and I was trying to ring her up, and she was on the phone, not paying attention. And I was trying to ask her something, and she was like, yeah, hold on, I'm talking to the gentleman behind the counter. And I was like, I could go one of two ways with this.
Yeah.
I could make my voice really low.
Oh my goodness.
And just be so obnoxious with it. Or I can do my really pitchy customer service voice and just make it so obvious that I'm a female.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, when I worked in the service industry, actually, I used to tally up how many times I got called sir, and I would take a shot for each tally at the end of the night.
Oh, wow. So Lindsay was drunk almost every single night that she knows.
Yeah. I mean, I think at one point, working in the restaurant wasn't so much because I would talk to people more, but it was like the occasional, sir, can you get me some napkins or something from another table?
Beautiful.
I think the highest I got was 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 different people called me sir. Yeah. And that was before I had it all shaved too. I had still a decent amount of hair.
Just okay. I don't know. I've been called sir a couple times, obviously, because I dress this way, but I guess it's not as it doesn't happen as much because I don't have I do have the long hair.
Yeah, but other than that, I haven't faced any kind of I will say I did have a little suspicion about my current one of my current managers. I don't see him every day. He's more of I see him once every 2 weeks, higher up manager. I was a little uncomfortable with him for a while. I felt like he was actively avoiding me. Like, I would walk towards him because I'm the type of person, I'm not afraid to introduce myself to people above me. Good. I'm pretty outgoing. Like, you don't scare me just because you have a higher pay than I do. Beautiful. It doesn't bother me.
Smart.
So I would try to go up to introduce myself or just, make my face known. And he would see me coming and walk the other way, like actively avoiding me. And then I think I brought it up to one of my managers, and I think she might have talked to him because ever since then he's been like, Lindsay, how are you? Like, good to see you. And it was just a complete 180.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a suspicion there, but I mean, it got solved in the end. So
yeah, true.
And I know other people aren't as fortunate as that.
No, I mean, there's plenty of people who need to do the don't ask, don't tell in their employment workplace because for whatever reason, their job is not keen on them being part of the LGBT community. My first thought would be teachers, because of course teachers deal with kids,
and you don't only deal with the kids, you deal with those kids' parents, which can be 10 times worse than the kids.
Oh yeah, so, of course. I think that would be the only place that I would see. Oh, or if you're working, I guess. Oh man, this is gonna make me sound ageist, but yeah, like in maybe a hospice situation or any type of where you're dealing with like the older generation, where obviously that was where the programming kind of came in the most, and that was where the laws were enacted to where we didn't have rights, and so
you also gotta keep in mind like just the change in mindset throughout the generations too.
So speaking of generations, how about family members?
Yeah, so, I mean, I know a lot of people who come into the don't ask, don't tell situation with family members. Most of the time it's grandparents, like we said, the older generation. Some people even have to stay in the closet around their parents. And the only people I know that are like that is just because it's just not a healthy relationship with their parents. So they're not comfortable with coming out to them. And, like, we've gone over this multiple times, like, it's your choice when and who you come out to. If you're not comfortable, you don't have to come out.
Damn right.
So yeah, if you feel uncomfortable around your parents or around any members of your family, no one says you have to come out to them. It's your own personal choice. So you make that decision.
Yeah, no, accurate. I do know people who hold, especially the maybe the more southern or the more the elder people in the family or
religion as well.
Yeah, they're right. The religious people in the family, you have to kind of tiptoe around things, and unfortunately there are plenty of times where they love you, they want to ask about your life, they're really happy to be around you, but as long as you don't outwardly talk about your LGBT lifestyle, that they're okay. I would say actually no, I could see that being I didn't grow up around my religious family, but my side of the family, they're Jehovah's Witness. So yeah, that wasn't something that would ever be talked about until recently. I think it was recently where, of course, they met Sam, so that we had to talk about it. But yeah, it wouldn't be something that would have been outwardly brought up if I had been growing up that way.
Yeah. No, I have a very Catholic extended family.
Okay.
And I haven't come out to my grandparents yet. It's just, again, it's not that I'm not comfortable doing so. I just feel like it would hurt them, I guess. And like, I love my grandparents so much, and I just want whatever image they have of me to stay that image, if that makes sense.
You wouldn't want to disappoint them.
Exactly. Basically. Yeah. I did recently, in the last 2 years, come out to my aunt, which was something very difficult to do. She's told me she's trying to be understanding about it. However, it's not something she agrees with.
Of course.
But she says that she loves me, and that's not going to change that. So she does still refer to my girlfriend, even though she's my girlfriend. She refers to my girlfriend as my friend.
Yeah. She says girlfriend, but I don't know if y'all have noticed the ring around Lindsay's ring finger.
Oh yeah, I am kind of throwing that out there.
Hey, yeah, I mean, you put it on the podcast. You threw it on, so I'm just like, all right, so we got to discuss this at some point.
Yeah. So I've been asked, like, am I engaged? I am not. However, it is a promise ring to one day be replaced with a wedding band. Hey. So I know, and she had it engraved and everything.
Oh, so good.
She calls me her sunshine, so she had For My Sunshine and our date written in there. So
cute.
Yeah. Oh, see, now you got me blushing on
Hey,
camera.
bro. I
Denise.
mean, we had to address it. It was a big thing.
Fair
Unfortunately, Lindsay told me like while we were at the gym, and then right as she's telling me this big news, this guy just comes in and interrupts us, asks us to go to a core class.
He was like, "You want to go work out?" And I was like, "No, no." He's like, "It'll be the best, worst ab workout of your life," and I was like, "That's not making me want to join at all."
Guys.
Actually,
your marketing needs some work, man.
Yeah, you're not the best salesperson, are you?
So good, so good. But yeah. So I guess that's
So you can see family members. You could do there. Another thing we bring into like the safety thing of it is foreign countries.
Oh yeah, guys, that's a thing.
Yeah, like we're pretty sheltered here in the U.S.
Yeah.
When you go into other countries, just be sure to do some research.
Oh yeah.
On safe places to be, and then just when in doubt, just don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, that's true. I did look at the analytics of like our channel, and we actually do get a couple foreign countries.
I noticed that. So that's cool to see. Shout out to you guys out there.
Yeah. So guys, if it's not okay to be LGBTQ in your country, please go ahead and leave us a comment. Let me know what country you're from, because I do know there's a lot. Being someone who enjoys traveling, there's a lot of countries that we are not allowed to go to.
No.
Yeah. Actually, we should do an episode for those countries just to help you guys out. We did colleges, so we might as well do countries.
As well. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's plenty of countries. Unfortunately, guys, for those of you who are sheltered here in America, just like I am, there are plenty of them where it is illegal for you to show any type of homosexual act in public. That includes holding hands and kissing, which is craziness.
Your arm around the shoulder, all of that. Yeah.
It's just not okay for same-sex couples. I mean, I guess you wouldn't, but same-sex. I'm not sure how to frame that. Sorry, guys, my brain's not here all today. It's late. But yeah, foreign countries can be very dangerous. So there's a lot of times where just for safety purposes, you need to just be weary and kind of in the closet. While you're
just aware, very, very aware of your surroundings. Then that also ties into just strangers, everyday faces that you pass on the sidewalk. That can go for like Uber drivers. You tend to spend
accurate,
or taxi drivers being in the back of a car. I mean, you're at the mercy of that person behind the wheel. So, I mean, might be a little bit careful with that, especially depending on the region you're in. People at bars. As well as club scenes. I've personally witnessed a lesbian couple getting into an altercation with a straight man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It did not end very well.
Was this like out?
Yeah, it was out. It was years ago. Like 3 years ago.
Was he just heckling them? Or?
Well, he was trying to get with one of the females. Yes, and then it escalated, and her girlfriend stepped in to stop the altercation because it was getting a little uncomfortable. And trigger warning here, graphic, everything. He took her head into the bar top.
Damn.
Yeah. So y'all just be careful who you're talking to and who you're hanging around, because you have no idea what these people have going on in their minds.
True.
And
accurate.
Some of them can be very scary.
So obviously, I mean, for those of you who are audio only, just so you know, Lindsay's a 100-footer. You know, she has short hair and everything. So obviously, maybe not now, but have you ever been afraid to come out to a stranger?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. But then at the same time, like, it's kind of noticeable. But like before, like when I had long hair and everything, I had an altercation at Walmart where someone like ran up on me with their car and like threatened to run me over just because I was holding hands with a girl.
That's right.
And yelling slurs at me through the window. So like, like it just most random. Like I grew up in this town and I never had anything had happened to me until that day, and that's the only time anything has happened to me. So it's completely random, and like I'm not saying you should live your life afraid. Just again, be cautious and be aware.
Yeah, just be aware of people, guys. I mean, again,
I'm not telling you to not walk around in public holding your significant other's hands. That's not what I'm doing. I am all over my girlfriend in public. Hey. I am not afraid.
To be out in public.
But I am also aware of the eyes that are watching us.
Oh yeah, for a fact.
Yeah.
One of the biggest questions from the honeymoon that I've been asked is, how was being in a same-sex, relationship,
Right.
being a couple, how was that overseas? And for the most part, I would tell people, I'm like, yeah, there was only a couple. There was literally only one instance where I kind of felt the uncomfortableness of the tension of us being same-sex. But for the most part, everything was amazing. However, every single place you go as a lesbian, you feel those eyes. And if you've been in our community long enough and you're 100-footer like me or like Lindsay, you start to you start to ignore it, but you still feel it as soon as you walk into
like you ignore the normal stares, but like it's really obvious when someone is really staring at you.
Oh yeah,
like you can feel it in the back of your head. Like I may not even be looking at them and I'm like, someone's looking at me.
Yeah. Or you go to a party and you can just feel the awkward tension of people asking you, hey, so how's how's your how's your remind me of your friend's name.
Yeah. It's a whole bunch of uncomfortableness. That was a hard word. Uncomfortableness. But I mean, guys, in the end, it's worth it. You get to love who you love and you get to be in the best relationship of your life. So, I mean, all these scary things, they're worth it. And we do have a couple of tips for you guys as well, just to kind of maybe stay in the closet when you need to, but also just still be able to live your life.
Yeah. Just in case, guys, that you're in a foreign country where this is being in an LGBTQ relationship is not allowed or not legal, or maybe you're in a family where it's not safe, or you're just you're in any one of those situations. Maybe your employer is not is outwardly homophobic, or maybe you go to one of those colleges that we talked to last episode.
Oh yeah,
where it's part of your contract
that you have to stay in the closet.
Exactly. So if you're in any one of those situations, we're gonna give you some tips right here to basically kind of help you along. So the first one of those is just be aware of that one computer that you keep in your pocket at all times.
You pull it out to check the time. You pull it out because you're bored.
Yep.
For whatever reason, you pull it out of your pocket. What's the first thing that pops up?
Your home screen on your cell phone.
Yep, that picture. What is on that picture? If it is a picture of a girl and, a nice pretty picture, or if it's a picture with you and your significant other, or just anything that could lead to someone presuming something.
Yeah, the cell phone on the home screen is always obviously a big giveaway. For the longest time, I had the body that I wanted, so it was this butch girl with basically just a sports bra and like shorts and stuff like that. Oh God, that's a little embarrassing, but still.
I was really trying to keep it.
I was trying. That's the body I want, bruh. But
motivation. I understand. I used to have the quote because I'm a huge foodie. I love food, any and everything. It's so good. I used to have the quote, "Nothing tastes as good as being fit feels."
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna have to put that quote on my home screen now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I used to have my motivation on the home screen, and a lot of people would obviously look at my home screen, see this half naked girl, and then comment on it. So your home screen is something that people look at all the time without noticing that they're looking at it.
Yeah, we actually me and my girlfriend have a friend who she was in a mysterious relationship for the longest time, and we only found out about her boyfriend because of the home screen.
Aha, so good.
Yeah, so like that is first-hand advice, guys. Like just be careful what you have on your home screen and who you pull your phone around.
That actually happened to me in the opposite way. So I worked with these jokesters at work all the time, one of them being this this guy who he was older than me, had black hair, he was Asian. So he took, like, I'm talking about like a really close selfie. Like it was literally like eyebrows and like the bottom of the lips, like very close. You couldn't really tell anything. Oh, he had sunglasses on too.
Oh, so it was literally just
yeah.
Okay.
And he took it and made it my home screen, right? Well, I'm lazy as hell, so I just keep it there for I just kept it there the whole, like, I want to say for like 6 months, and I kept going out on dates. And I got called out at least 2 or 3 times where they're like, who's that?
Yeah.
Or someone told me like later on, they're like, yeah, I thought you had some bitch on your phone for this long. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, no, it's my friend. It's a guy. I promise
like,
you.
I promise it's not interested.
I can show you. It's him. Look, they look similar.
Yeah. So it can go both ways. If you're trying to get with someone and you have an interesting picture on your home screen, you might not get with that person.
Tangent, guys. Sorry. But yeah, also going along with the cell phone, home screen, and everything, just technology in general is also your social media.
Of course. I don't know if we have any athletes watching, but growing up, like it was so huge to watch what you did on social media, because if you wanted to get noticed by a college and if you wanted to get a scholarship, they were also going to check your social media and see what kind of content you engage in, see what kind of people you hang out with. That doesn't just go for college scholarships. That can go for your everyday life. There is nothing stopping your employers, your friends, the person you're talking to, any of these family members, anybody from going onto any of your social media sites.
True.
And looking at them. And
yeah, and you guys, you can make things private, and that's all good. That's all great. However, you got to also realize that you aren't the only person in the world. So, you know, if you decide that you're going to take a group picture, or you're going to do, just anything.
You get tagged in it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was another thing they watch out for who you get tagged with. Yes, because guilty by association.
Of course.
Man, that was drilled into my head when I was 8 years old. Why do you think I don't like social media?
Oh, no, I could see that. For the longest time, I didn't. I think I still do that. I only tag Sam now if I'm doing things, and that's because she wants me to. She makes me. But for almost my entire photography career, I don't tag anyone else just because I'm a heathen. So I don't want you to lose any type of job opportunity or anything.
And that's what you call a good friend right there. Hey. She's looking out for everybody else. So if you are that bad influence in other people's lives, just you can post a picture of them. Just don't tag them. Just tell them, hey, I posted a picture of you. You can just shoot them a text real quick.
Yeah, because guys, your friends are they can cause you to lose some opportunities, or they can just, again, guilty by association.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even if they're not doing it on purpose.
True.
Things happen.
Yeah. And speaking of
friends, actually, look at this. We are actually rolling through these. We're getting better at this. All right.
So yeah, tip number 3 that we got for you guys is you got to pick your friends wisely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that goes for all aspects of your life, especially in the workplace. You will not believe how quickly your coworkers will snitch on you or turn on you.
Oh, easy.
For any reason, drop of the dime. They'll be like, oh, well, so-and-so did that. Like, I see it all the time happening at my, lower level liquor store job. Can't imagine how much it happens up in, like, higher end, like, corporate businesses.
I was about to say, it does not matter the income that comes in, your salary at all. The high school.
So like that coworker that you think you're like super close with, you hang out with them all the time at work, you talk about your lives, they know every little detail about you. Just be careful. Choose your friends wisely, because at the drop of the dime, they could turn on you.
True, accurate. And even, it doesn't even have to be coworkers, guys. Like, we're human. People are human. People are emotional. You could easily get in a fight with someone that you've known for years and years and years, and they just decide that they're really hurt. So they're going to get a little bit of revenge. Like, it happens. It's more common than you think. So, again, your friends, they're keeping a secret that you want to keep secret for a while. So you got to make sure that you know who you're sharing that with, and
they're going to keep it a secret as long as it continues to benefit them.
Yeah. Picking your friends wisely is important. Just like Lindsay said, just in general, even for my wedding, there was only one coworker that I was actively working with.
He wrote his name on my hand.
I guess, I should be able. His name was Greg.
Yep.
But yeah.
I definitely blacked out at your wedding.
Hey,
there was towards the end of the night, it got real hazy.
Lots of tequila.
I woke up the next morning with George. I was like, who? I don't know a George.
Beautiful.
Who the hell? But now, there's a faint memory of me going to sign the globe, and he was like, here, I'm going to sign it too. And I had my hand on it, and he just wrote on my hand.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's like a dream of a memory.
That was the most unleashed I've seen him. Usually he's my boss, just so you're aware. Wow. But he's just He's usually very introverted and not that social, so I was very happy to see a different side of him that day.
Yeah, and Sam had a coworker there.
Oh, she had a couple coworkers. Yeah,
I only recognized the one.
Yeah.
Orange hair. Orange, redhead.
Maybe. Okay, yeah. I could see that. Yeah. I don't know how many times you went to Tipsy, so it's hard to gauge who you're.
I worked with him at Lazy Dog.
Guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Cool.
Yeah.
Look at us having our own.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. We forgot that you're there.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Happens.
Back
to it. Look at that tangent. So when it comes to picking your friends, like, we're not saying like don't be so specific on who you're friends with, because like not everyone's perfect. So someone's nice, be friends with them. But to avoid the whole secrets being exposed, maybe just avoid relationship talk. And that'd be tip number 4. You know, if you're just around coworkers, if you're around friends that are friends but not best friends, you know, associates, not associates, acquaintances. That's the word.
Yeah.
Just avoid relationship talk. Just part of the don't ask, don't tell kind of thing. You don't have to tell them about your relationship.
Yeah. It works especially well with family, I would say. If you're trying to just kind of, you know, still obviously you love your family and you have really good feelings and they love you. Grandparents love you guys. Your parents love you guys, but they just don't want to say those LGBTQ specific words,
right?
Or even get into that subject. Yeah, and just if you get asked, if you're a lesbian and you get asked, you know, so when are you gonna bring a guy home? When are we gonna meet Mr. Right? And just try to change the subject as
just
best
change
as
it.
you
Just
can.
be like, oh, you know, just living life right now. Just kind of brush it off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
One of the things that I do is I'm fortunate enough whenever I go visit my grandparents, I bring my 2 little sisters along with me.
Okay.
One of them is in a very, very, you know, serious heterosexual relationship.
Okay.
So she's golden with it, and my grandparents absolutely love it. So when relationships talk starts getting brought up, it usually starts getting directed at her.
Love it.
I will dip. I'm gone. I gotta pee. I gotta take a shower, whatever. You know, hey, I think grandpa needs help mowing the lawn. Like, I'm out of there. You just avoid.
Just casual exit.
Yeah, just, I'll be right back, guys.
Right. You can work your way around having to say the actual words, my girlfriend, or I like, you know, I like
girls.
Yeah.
Or,
I was at Sue Ellen's or whatever.
Yeah, right. Right. Like, oh, you could say, you know, I went to a club this weekend. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, it was a club in Dallas. Which club? I think it was off of this street, but you know, I had friends take me. You know, just kind of BS your way through the conversation. Yeah, just kind of hop, skip, stuff all over the place.
Yep. So yeah, guys. So I mean, again, so far we've given you, be careful with your home screen on your cell phone. Be very careful with social media. That shit is public and it doesn't go away
ever.
Okay, so just if you need to not post, just don't post. Pick your friends wisely, because that's extremely important. Those are the people that you're around and you trust. And then avoid all relationship talk
around the situations that you may need to stay in the closet.
I was about to say, if you're attempting to be closeted. And then tip number 5, which should be obvious, but we're gonna say it anyway. No public displays of affection. Right.
And that's, again, goes for that, you know, stranger situation, whether you're in the back of a cab or an Uber, or you're at a bar, a club, wherever you need to be. If you're feeling those eyes and you're feeling that unwanted attention, just kind of avoid the public displays of affection for a little bit.
Yeah, if you're trying to stay in the closet, especially if you're trying to stay in the closet broadly, like let's say it's for a scholarship at school, or maybe it's for a specific job, or I don't know, you're in the hometown of your grandparents, I'm not sure. But if you're trying to stay in the closet in that specific area, the worst thing you can do, and this is speaking from someone who that was my coming out story, is go out in public and publicly display any type of affection with someone of the same sex.
And when we say like display affection, you can do that with not actually touching the person. It can be the way that you talk to them. Yeah. It can be the way that you look at them. And what got me outed to my aunt, actually, so I came out to her, but she kind of already figured it out, was I was on the phone with my girlfriend. Oh. I hung up and she asked who I was talking to. I said, oh, I'm talking to my friend Issa. And she goes, oh, Issa, that's a really beautiful name. And I was like, isn't it? I tell her all the time. And like I got really like emotional when I said that. And she kind of looked at me and I was like, oops. It was that easy, guys. She immediately knew that Issa was more than my friend.
Yeah, of course.
Just the way I talked about her. So yeah, public displays of affection also just do with how you talk about that person or how you look at them too.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. It's actually kind of how I got fired with Sam, is I would come and I would bring her a Monster, or I would bring her, you know, a chocolate or whatever. She would bring me a burrito. Like, it's just these little displays that, no, like, it's
but
not.
If you're not doing it to everybody else,
exactly,
then it's like, well, why are they
bias.
buddied up so much?
Yes.
Well, it also didn't help that Sam was your boss.
True. Accurate, guys. Accurate.
Yeah,
but
so
that's how they
be
knew.
careful with that one too. Yeah.
Oh, there's
a little of favoritism going on between the boss and the employee.
True. And I hit the axe. But anyway. So yeah, guys, now is our favorite part of the podcast. I say our. Yeah.
I would say I always claim it's my favorite part.
I
so
know. You got angry at me last time for saying mine, and then you're like, "This bitch is leaving me out." So yeah, I'm gonna start saying
our favorite part, and we hope it's y'all's favorite part too. All right, guys. So we are gonna continue reading off this Buzzfeed article. I don't know if you have watched our previous episodes, but we love these Buzzfeed articles. But we would love it even more if you guys want to send us your coming out stories.
Accurate.
So if you guys want to email them to us, or you can comment them down below. You can choose to stay anonymous if you'd like, but we'll go ahead and read this coming out story from the Buzzfeed article. We are doing this series of stories. We're doing more of let's say an older crowd coming out stories. So like these people didn't come out till later in life, which, like we say all the time, guys, it's your choice. Come out whenever you want.
Exactly. Actually, there's a lot of people who don't even realize they're gay.
That's true.
Until later on in the life, which
I can't imagine that light bulb just pew.
Yo, and then I'm 50.
But then, like, how much of your life would just make sense all of a sudden?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's like, I mean, I was 18 when I came out, and I was like, oh, yeah, I understand now.
Oh.
All right. So let's go. This post is by Ellen Mellon, which props on that name. That's pretty catchy there. All right, here it goes. I got married in 2020 to an incredible man, and less than a year later, we got divorced. Now I'm in a relationship with the most amazing woman in the world. I made many wrong turns to get to where I am today. I hurt a lot of people, and I wish I could take all of that back. But where I am today is exactly where I've always wanted to be. After being severely bullied at a young age for being gay before I knew if I was or not, I can relate.
Wow.
And then being sexually assaulted by a man. Oh, gosh. I was determined to be straight and regain my power from men.
So, okay, wait. After being severely bullied at a young age for being gay before I knew if I was or not.
And then being sexually assaulted by a man, she was determined to be straight and regain power.
Girl, I feel you. Jesus. Wow.
That's tough go about things.
Yeah, I can't even imagine being picked on for being gay before I even, yeah. Although, like you just said, you related, so.
Yeah, it's rough, and it makes you like
retaliate.
Go deeper into the closet. Because you're like, oh, if I am actually gay, this is how I'm going to be treated. That sucks.
Oh,
so it's like deeper into the closet, and then you get more determined to be like, no, I'm not. I'm going to date guys. I'm going to sleep with a guy, you know, this and that. Okay. Anything to prove that you're not, even though you are.
Okay.
I worked hard and eventually believed it myself. Or I worked hard and eventually believed it myself. Until I met the person who shook me awake. I'm 26 and I don't think there is a right time to come out.
Damn right.
Exactly. Would it have been nice to come out earlier? For sure. But I have to believe it all happens for a reason.
Oh, it does. Well, yeah, it does. Yeah, I wish I came out way sooner. I would have loved to be the person that was, you know, middle school, high school, and completely proud.
I couldn't figure out, like, in high school, I was so jealous of this one girl who was just openly gay. And I was just like, why am I jealous of her? Why do I want to be her friend? You know, why do I want to, like, really get to know this person?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then at the same time, like, you know, I was playing basketball and getting changed in the locker room, like, you know, even the age gap between us, there was still that,
don't look at me, I'm not looking at you.
No, that bully effect of it, that if you were gay, the girls felt uncomfortable changing in front of you.
I feel that
yeah. So like there was a gay girl on our team, and she was very much so outcasted, especially in the locker room, and I didn't think that was very fair.
That's interesting that was even in your generation. Because that was one of the main reasons. Ironically, guys, my basketball team, I don't know how your basketball team is, but now that we're adults, 70% of my basketball team was gay. Yeah, but we were all closeted, all together. We all, you know, bashed on the gay girl, or stay quiet while someone was bashing on the gay girl.
Right.
It's sad to think of that now. Yeah, no, and it was always like every time like it was talked about being gay, like it was always thrown like an insult. Like it was so awful to be gay. Like, how dare you do that? And like, you're an awful person. Or just something like stupid along the lines of, I remember I was friends with a senior when I was my freshman year, and like everyone thought we were a couple, even though I was so determined like that wasn't a thing. And like, it never was. I never had feelings for her. Interesting.
But whenever she went off to college, and it was my, you know, I was still in high school, I was bullied by a couple other of my teammates. They're like, well, what are you going to do now without your girlfriend here? And I'm just like, she wasn't my girlfriend. Like, yeah, just stupid things, you know, high school things.
Kids
but
are
like,
mean.
They're so mean. And it does affect, you know, your personality.
Oh, hell yeah.
It affects your feelings. Yeah.
I am a big believer in the fact that the two things that fuck you up the most in your life are high school and your parents.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the two. Like, those are. And probably your first heartbreak, too, a little bit. Yeah, but
changed me permanently, actually. Yeah, like, wow, I am a different person.
So good. Okay, so the first heartbreak. There's three things that fuck you up in your life.
I don't know. I'd say middle school was. I'd put middle school above high school. Middle school was mean.
Okay, yeah, okay.
In high school,
school in general.
Yeah, high school, you're a little bit more of yourself. It's more petty drama. But middle school, like you're still just mean. You're just mean just to be mean.
I enjoyed middle school way more than I enjoyed high school. High school sucked for me. That's my personal journey.
That's fair. Yeah. I was, you know, I just kind of breezed through high school. You know, I kept my head down, earbuds in. I didn't talk to nobody.
She was a jock, though. Let's be fair. You know?
Yeah, but I was that geek jock.
Oh,
I didn't hang out with all my jock friends. I hung out with all my
the nerds.
Nerd friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Got you.
Yeah. Or I just read a book by myself in the corner during lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good extroverted Lindsay being a little introverted. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That heartbreak, it changed me. I was introverted all growing up until that heartbreak, and now I can go out and talk to anybody. So, like, you know, guys, like Ellen Mellon said, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
so
no, damn right.
I had to go through that heartbreak, otherwise I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Oh yeah, it's a lesson learned.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So if you enjoyed this podcast, if you heard anything you liked, if you got value from this episode, go ahead and do us a big favor. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe. Comment your stories. Let us know how you came out. I would love to hear it.
Yeah, and then we've also brought this recently in too. If you guys aren't ready to come out yet, or you haven't, what's your fantasy situation to come out?
Yep.
And yeah, like what's your dream coming out stage?
Yeah, comment down below, and definitely comment if you're from a country that is not okay with it. I want to know.
We're curious, y'all. Like we're out here to spread some information. So.
That's right. Yeah, and I'm sure everyone else would benefit if you're from a country that is not LGBT friendly. Just seeing that comment list of places that we should be cautious to go to, or just maybe not be out and proud. And it's a good safety comment section. But yeah, if you're not okay with commenting down your coming out story, that's totally fine. We also have an email at borngaypodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
So
we'll always attach that below, so you guys can shoot us an email there. Specify if you would like to remain anonymous or not.
Yep.
And you guys will be on our next episode.
Yeah. So guys, with that being said, we will see you after our big Colorado trip.
Whoop whoop! I'm so excited.
Yeah. See if Lindsay is able to do some hiking.
Well, let's just see if we can fit the shoe in the hiking boot. Or fit my foot in the hiking boot. Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll see you after. I'm Denise.
I'm Lindsay, and we're Born This Gay. We'll see you guys next time.